Hello everybody. I don't know what happened last time. I thought I was filming. Anyway, making this to show you guys. This is part 2 of me sort of just like showcasing bits about my collection. So for this one, what I'm doing is showing just some of the colored and designed ones on my turntable. So we're not even gonna turn it on because we're not actually gonna play anything here. This is the turntable. I'm just gonna show it moving for a bit. Put it at 33, just like that. 45. 77, which I don't have anything that placed that speed. But I did get a 3-speed on purpose, so that I would have the flexibility to like be able to collect those and play them as well. I am going to show a standard black on here as well, and I do have like, it's like a pink or orangish, it's like a hard plastic slip mat thing, that goes over where it spins. So I'm going to use my newest edition to show just a standard black. So this is Volcanaut by Bridges. It's actually their second album. They have one called Fakultog, which is actually also the name of the opening track on this, as you can see. And this one is an interesting one because this member and this member went on. So it moved to London to try to launch a bigger, more mainstream music career, like in the West in general, which, I mean, Norway's obviously part of the West, but you know, like in English-speaking places where like the majority of like world pop culture really was dominant at the time and came from at the time. These two guys didn't go with them. We're going to get more into actual names and stuff when we do videos about each individual album. These two, this is a guy called Magne Ferroholmen and Paul Voktor. Is now Paul Voktor Savoy. They went on and joined this guy, Morten Harket, to form Aha. They did Take On Me with that band. This is more of, I'll get into like what the sounds of this are when I actually do a video on it individually. But this is going to be our example of a standard black. And I also just want to show you, like, I'm going to just show you guys the inner sleeve that comes with it, because it's a good one. I should quite like this. We're getting more in depth if we ever make a proper video about this one individually. We're going to go, that's where we would go into like reading off credits and discussing. And since we're only showing to get an idea what it looks like, it doesn't matter what side we put on. So that's just how standard black would look. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm not actually gonna play stuff from each one because like I am worried about copyright, but I just want to like look at spinning. Put it back in. This time we're going to start the band section, we're going to go up to the 10-inch, and we're going to go to the solo section. There's not a whole lot of other things here, I don't think. This section will probably go faster. We've got this copy of Hunting High and Low, which is orange. We're going to show it. And that's how it looks. And we're not dropping the needle onto it to play it, but that is how it spins around. And next, we've got, let's turn this over so we can put back in. Next, we got my copy of East of the Sun, West of the Moon, which you will see is I'm counting the audience to do like a fake drum roll because I'm not going to do it. Purple. Next sort of like special colored thing that I have my copy of Voyage, which I have a sort of like a yellow or like light yellow color. So it looks like that. And I don't like, I say I don't variant collect, that's partially true, but not really. Like there's, like you can see there's some that I have like a couple copies of, and I did that knowingly, just to be clear. And the next one that is like colored or anything like that, although this one isn't technically, selling England by the pound. The title's on the bottom of the cover, as you can see. This one, technically, this one is the only one that isn't colored in my collection, and I'm gonna put it on to explain why I say that, and I'm gonna explain a little bit about my understanding of how this works. It is a clear copy, actually. Not really a good way to show that. I'm not actually touching it, even though it looks like I am. This is a crystal clear copy, and when I say this is the only one that isn't a colored vinyl in my collection, so technically the actual like stuff that they use to actually make it, the PVC pellets, I think that's what it's called, are clear. Like they don't have any natural coloration to them. but you can like add, you can dye the pellets, make like colored ones, and so even like black is technically colored. We just don't think about it that because it is the standard color. That most things that are not marketed as specialty will be black. But technically speaking, this is my only thing that isn't colored, because it's the only thing that's just completely clear. The next one that has any type of specialty on it is this one, and then there were 3. This is also by Genesis. This one's like a blue, translucent type of thing. It's hard to tell in certain lights, but I don't know how well it shows up on. So when those are like darker coloring, or you actually play it, I don't know how well it distinguishes from black. That's it. I think with the shadow, because like you have like the part over it, and then it's like under, it's like in the middle section. That might be why it's not as obvious. Like maybe if I set the table up on the top platform. Who knows, maybe it would show up better. Either way. We now move on. I don't have the ones for the self-titled ones uncolored yet. They just came out, so I only have them on black. Also, there's like some like they have little designs on them, but there's some mostly black, and I'm not really showing all those. We have this copy of So by Peter Gabriel. We do have this one. It's like a royal blue or something. Some type of blue. Anyway, we got it like that. I like this one a lot. Like, actually just watching it on there, it looks really nice. It actually looks a little bit better from the view that the camera is showing than what I can see just out of my eyes. I'm holding the camera down slightly from like where it would be like from my eye view, because if I was looking from there, like actually you literally wouldn't see any of this. I always put the color of the thing after the black. Anything other than black in this section. And to date, the one that I paid the most for. Although, in comparison to what some people pay for some records, probably not that much. It's the Tarzan soundtrack. It's on a translucent green. So we got that. Gonna spin it around some. And this one, again, like, I don't know if it's close to the black. I'm not gonna actually touch it, but we're just gonna like get a view a little bit closer. got Sunset Season, which I normally keep up there. I'm eventually, once I get more 10 inches, I'm going to put an actual section for them, I think. I just like a seafoam in white marble. There's actually like 3 other versions of it that are different marble color things, but that's it. You can see, obviously, because it's a shorter one. Now, Sheffield is like, I'm sure it's just like standard, but I heard there's like a design on the label of it. But I sure think it's self-standard. This is all of Conan's stuff is like colored and stuff. This is Kid Crow, and I'm not gonna go. I'm just showing you. If you've seen the other video, you already have seen. Let me talk about all the stuff in my collection. This is just me showing off a few things. So it's like a black and gray like pattern thing. You can't tell when it's actually on there, really. So again, I have to very carefully. You can see it's sort of like a smoke thing. I forget what they should call it, but yeah, it's like some translucent something black and white smoke, whatever. And then finally, I don't have his second one, but we have Soup Break. We don't have Soup Break, but we do have Found Heaven. This is a black and red teardrop. I don't need long because the paint drying went off, so you can see how it spins round. Standard Macy. Jog your memory, it's this one. The Good Witch in red. So that's how it looks. Not spinning, this is how it looks spinning. And then this one is actually 3 LP set, but they're all the same coloring, so I'm only gonna pull one out and show it. It's like a translucent brown. So like that. And trying to get it on correctly. Get it centered. There. That's where they look spinning. A lot of these, like when they actually spin, they end up looking black. Maybe that's because of the little tray, plastic tray that I have them in. I'm actually gonna re-sleeve this and then so that is all of the ones that are anything other than black. I don't really much add. Let me know if there's like any that you particularly style to you, any that you have that are on the list of stuff that you want. Yeah, so anyway, goodbye.